Microphone on its way? Hello. Oh, yeah, there. Ooh la la. Um, this is the Barcarolle of Tears. Since we're going into, hard times and exploring that today, this is my very beloved composer Nathaniel Dett, who's not well known, but I, have a mission to kind of work on that. Born in 1882, African-American composer. This was from his Bible vignettes, which was his last composition, and most of them have Bible stories, that are alluded to in the titles or in something that he wrote. This is just called Barcarolle of Tears, and it's been suggested that this may be autobiographical, and you think of what it was like to be African American in the early 1940s, and a barcarolle is a boat song, so you're actually rowing through tears.
Thank you, Barbara. Beautiful. Welcome, everyone, to Summit Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. It's good to be together with you all, family, friends, all curious people, whether you're here in the sanctuary or joining us virtually from home. I'm Ren Corbet, your service associate today. I'm 6'3", 73 years old, gray hair, wearing a blue shirt and in gray slacks. Summit is a liberal religious community. We're bound together not necessarily by being of the same mind, but being of the same heart, of universal love and a shared commitment to a compassionate, just, and sustainable world. We draw our inspiration from all the world's religions, as well as humanist teachings, nature, science, philosophy, and personal practices. We are spiritual adventurers. For those online, if you are new and would like to know more, we invite you to go to our website, summituuf.org. If you're here in person, we invite you to stick around after service and join us for coffee. We have 3 announcements today. Roland, Serafina, and Laura Preble. Roland, would you like to come forward?
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
We are going to party.
Yes.
On September 14th at Area U in Santine Lakes at the very north side, we are having a revival. And that's what we're going to call it. It's a revival. And basically, we're going to have a barbecue. We're going to have fun, games, massive amounts of food. Folks have promised to bring their very best gourmet meals, their very best cookies, etc. Okay? We have volunteers that are going to bring fishing materials for folks that want to come. And we would like you to come. And we would like you to bring your significant or insignificant other. And we would like you to spend the day with us. We're going to play until we can't play anymore. So there's a sign-up sheet at the back of the room. I have flyers, and I will make more. And my email address is on my cards, which are at the back. In the back hallway. So I look forward to seeing every single one of you and everyone you know there. Thank you.
Thank you, Roland. Good. Come here. Behave. Good morning. I'm Serafina Galante. I'm a woman of about 5 feet and weighing more than I like, and I'm dressed in jeans and a multicolored shirt. So that's a great act to follow, Roland. Thank you. But if you'd like to prepare for the picnic, maybe you'd like to come to a prayer circle. So we're starting a prayer circle at Summit on August 21st will be the first meeting. And the idea is that we come together, we read a prayer, a song, a poem, and then we have some quiet time to take that in, and we go around the circle. If you would like more information, I'll be on the patio and be happy to talk with you. Thanks.
Laura?
Good morning. I'm happy to see you all. I haven't been here for like a month, so I'm glad to see you. My name is Laura Preble. I'm a woman. I'm 5'6", and there's a lot of me, and I like it all. And so, as you may or may not know, I think you know, there's a school district here called the Grossmont Union High School District, and you've probably read some of what's happening with that. If you live in La Mesa, Casa de Oro, or Rancho San Diego, and would like to sign a petition, and that is not political, it's just signing a petition, I have them. And please see me after service, and I will be around and over there, and if you can sign, if you live in those areas. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, Laura.
Good morning. Yeah, my name is Al Mork, and I'm just some old guy that keeps hanging around. Okay, seriously, I'm the chair of the Social Justice and Action Committee, and I just want to remind you that we meet next Sunday at noon in the library, and so put it on your calendar. I think you'll find it quite interesting. We have an interesting agenda, so hope to see many of you there. So thanks.
Thank you, Al. I have an announcement regarding covenant groups. Covenant groups are small groups that meet monthly for meaningful topic discussions and other opportunities for growth, caring, and connection within our fellowship. Existing groups may be open to new members, and new groups will be formed based on preference and availability. Serafina was one such group that's forming up. Groups will start meeting in September. Interest forms are available in the Summit office, or reach out to Laura Lisa Roca, who is coordinating the groups. We acknowledge that our fellowship resides on unceded Kumeyaay land, and that for more than 10,000 years, this land has been and continues to be their home. We recognize the violent history of colonization in California and honor the legacy and the continuing presence of the Kumeyaay Nation. I'll light the chalice, or would you like to light the chalice while I? Okay, thank you. This is The Sacred Power of Justice by Jamie Yandell. We light this flame to ignite the sacred power of justice. We light this flame so that it may become a beacon of hope in moments of uncertainty, fear, anxiety, and the unknown. We light this flame and are emboldened by its blaze, knowing our strength as a prophetic and powerful people is rooted in the diverse ways we answer the call to love. Now, please rise as you're able to recite our Yuya hymn and aspiration. This is our aspiration.
Good morning, everyone. I am the Reverend Casey Marie Pandell. It is my honor and my joy to be the minister here at Summit Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. Whether it is your first visit or your 5,000th visit, you are whole, You are holy, you are loved, and you are so welcome here. I am a 5'4" woman with freshly dyed purple hair, pinkish, purplish glasses, wearing a black dress, a purple stole, and for some reason I've never mentioned that I have like a bunch of tattoos that everybody can see. So there you go. There's a little bit about this minister. I'm going to warn you, our reading is a little heavy today. These are reflections on immigration court from the Reverend Jason Cook. To the ICE agent who pushed a colleague against the wall at immigration court, what was it that made you react that way? Was it her clerical collar? Was it the holiness of her gaze that met your eyes with such righteous indignation? Why did it bother you so much that she stood next to the young immigrant woman about to be detained by ICE? Your agents were bigger and burlier than we were. Our small group was decked out in religious garb, women, gay, and non-binary. Surely we were not a threat. Not to you, not with all of your power and your fury. What was it that made your face turn red, that caused you to start screaming profanities, that compelled you to push this woman against a wall and press her there? When you go home at night, do you shake it off? Another day at the office? Hopefully you can let the fury go. Hopefully that anger doesn't get visited upon a spouse or a child. But I also hope that something like shame stays with you, close to your skin, close to your next breath. Maybe you saw stuff like this as a child. Maybe it was a home where there was screaming, hitting. Maybe it was easy then to blame others, like immigrants, for everything that was wrong, because looking within was too scary, too hard. Who can say? After all, I don't know you. Our time together was brief. As you escorted me out of the building, still spewing profanities as your dreadful words painted a cartoonish picture of violent criminal immigrants, I said one thing to you. This job seems like it's really hard for you. I don't know if you got what I meant. I didn't mean that it was just difficult work. I meant that I was watching your soul be destroyed right in front of me by doing this work. What humanity you have is slipping away, crumbling away with each person you grab. I had no more castigations for you as we made that long march down the stairs away from the halls outside those courtrooms where so many are snatched away without warning. I had nothing left for you but the acknowledgement that a hard job like this is soul-killing, that it is chiseling away at the soul of the United States with each cruel abduction and deportation. Are you listening? Is there anything within you that can still hear? Is it too late for your soul, for the soul of America? A young woman has a case at the immigration courthouse today. Her friend, another woman, accompanies her. Her case is dismissed. ICE perches outside the courtroom like hawks waiting for inevitable prey. When they leave the courtroom, they make it a few steps before the agents whisk one of the women away, back down a stairway, outside where a white van waits, a jail on wheels. And the friend remains. Tears roll down her cheeks. She, not knowing any better, turns to the least likely person for help, the ICE agent who had organized this detainment. Kind of like asking Darth Vader for help, albeit Darth Vader in a flannel shirt and baseball cap. And where does he go? He comes to us, clergy and laity there witnessing what's happening at the immigration courthouse. She needs help, the ICE agent tells us. They'll help you, he says before walking away. And we did help her. We gave her numbers to call, a procedure to follow to try to find her friend in a chaotic, abusive system. Throughout it all, a large tear would roll down her cheek occasionally. They are doing this to people who are just trying to have a better life, she said. I walked her out, and as I did, I wondered about the fact that the ICE agent turned to us. I learned later that this is not the first time. It's been happening more and more. ICE agents turning to clergy and lay courthouse watchers for help when emotions are running high. We are not their helpers. We are not there to make things easier for ICE. Not too long ago, they were shoving us up against walls and trying to ban us for life from the courthouse. Could it be that there is some dawning awareness within their ranks that their system is grossly inhumane? Could it be that they're feeling overwhelmed in the face of the raw pain and suffering they are causing as whispers of human rights violations rise to a full-fledged outcry? Could the United States moral compass be restored? At the end of it all, even Darth Vader had regrets. Welcome to worship. Please rise in mind, body, or spirit to sing our first hymn, Gather the Spirit. Our joys and concerns portion of our service give us the opportunity to hold the big things happening in our lives outside of ourselves. We get to hold them in community together. Joys and concerns can be emailed for the next 4 weeks to Stacy Sasaki, who is our worship chair. You can also write one up next to the chancel on a Sunday before service. Whether spoken or unspoken, everyone is welcome to light a candle for a joy or concern. I have one today that I will argue with Mary a little that it is a sorrow and a joy. Today is the last Sunday before the Morrison family moves to Edinburgh, Scotland. While we are so sad to see them go, we are also excited to wish them well on their new adventure, which includes school and lots of wonderful learning and a beautiful place to live with family. We'll be sharing cake in their honor in the salon following the service. It is a homemade carrot cake that Mary made. So to the Morrison family, you will always, always, forever, whether it's 10 years from now or maybe never, there's always a home for you here. And when you can come back, we will always welcome you back with warm hugs and big open arms. We know not all joys or concerns are shared openly this morning, whether it is a joy that is bursting at the seams or a sorrow that is too painful to share aloud. We hold you tenderly and gently with love in our hearts. And I would like to invite Mary Carter Vale, our Director of Religious Exploration.
Use your seat. Good morning. My name is Mary. I'm 5'7". I have graying red hair and redhead skin. It's just sort of pink all the time. And wearing a beautiful flowery dress today. And I'm happy to serve as your Director of Religious Exploration. I have a story to share with you. And we have the illustrations to be on the screen because that screen's not working. I'm coming over here. And if anybody wants to come up close to be able to see the pictures up close, you're most welcome to. All ages are welcome up close. Come on up. Hi, Maya. Hi, Joaquin. You guys want to come over here? I try to put the pictures up for all folks to see, but you can come all the way over here so you can be close enough to see the pictures. So this book is called We Are the Builders. What do you think a builder does? What do you think? What do you think, Joaquin? You said build stuff?
Yeah, build.
Build stuff? Like, what do we build stuff out of? What do you guys build stuff out of?
I built stuff out of like papers so I can make comic books.
Oh, building comic books. Joaquin likes to build his own comic books from paper. Anybody else like to build things?
I like build my best comic books like Dogman.
Oh, we have Dogman comic books. That's very exciting. That's a great book if you ever read Dogman. Nice. Well,
A bunch of Spidey ones.
we're going to shift. Oh, Maya makes butterflies. That's what Maya likes to build. So let's shift to our story. This story is called We Are the Builders. Look at all these people. They're all children out here talking about how they like to build things. I like to build things out of Legos myself. That's very fun. This book is written by a woman named Deepa Iyer. I got to see her speak at General Assembly, which is when all the Unitarian Universalists gather from around the continent for an annual convention, which I got to go to this year, and she spoke at it. And she talked about her book and the work she does, and she's written 2 books. This one's for children. There's an adult one as well, which we're going to share as a common read starting next year. So, but let's look at the one she wrote for kids. It's called We Are the Builders. Welcome to our community day. Ready to find your role to play? My name is, after reading upside down, my name is Ramla. I'm your guide. Follow me and stay by my side. So many grown-ups and kids are here. Everyone wants to volunteer. There's plenty to do in our own town. Help new friends, plant trees in the ground. The time is now. Let's all play a part. Listen and learn. What moves your heart? We are the builders. We farm and forge, construct and fix, improve homes with nails and bricks. See those old desks, tables, and chairs? Good as new with some repairs. Who wants to join the builders? Does anybody here think they're a builder? Yeah. We are the caregivers. We comfort, console, soothe, and cheer. Care kits for all, near and dear, acts of service and words that mend. How can I help a new friend? Who wants to join the caregivers? Yeah. We are the frontline responders. We plan and protect. Stay prepared. Storms brewing, but don't be scared. Stack cans of soup, bags of fresh fruits, gather warm coats, gloves, and boots. Who wants to join the frontline responders? We are the disruptors. We declare, demand, demonstrate, call for change, don't hesitate. Raise our voices, banners, and beats. Meet and march out in the streets. Who wants to join the disruptors? I know there's some disruptors in this room. We are the experimenters. We scan, invent, and improvise, solve hard problems with fresh eyes. What if these used bottles and rags could become backpacks and bags? Who wants to join the experimenters? I like experiments, very fun. We do that in RE a lot. We are the visionaries. We dream, imagine, and inspire a world we can all admire. Fresh air, clean water, safe and free, bright futures, that's what we see. Who wants to join the visionaries? Yeah, we got a few visionaries in here. We are the weavers. We stitch, we braid, we intertwine common thread links, hearts and mind. We fight, people fight, when people fight or disagree, we find what connects you and me. Who wants to join the weavers? Yeah. We are the healers. We renew, restore, and relieve. Tend to those who cry and grieve. Sometimes when the world is too much, we nurture with breath and touch. Who wants to be a healer? We are the storytellers. We sing, we dance, we create art. We bring joy and love heart to heart. Vibrant murals preserve our past. History's cherished at last. Who wants to join the storytellers? Of the different roles to play, which one feels like you today? You could become a guide like me, show new folks what they can be. We mentor, we advise, we steer, share wisdom, honest and clear. Now that it's clear what we each can do, we want to hear from you. What role would you choose? Whose would be you? How can you change your community? And this is a map. You guys ever make mind maps? Kind of reminds me of a mind map. And it shows equity, liberation, justice, and solidarity in the center. But around it are all these different people we just talked about. The storytellers, the guides, the weavers, the experimenters. So many different ways to help to find a common goal. So what do you want to do? What kind of builder are you? Right? We'll talk about that in RE. We're going to go build something for bugs. We're going to build a bug hotel because bugs need places to hang out. So are you guys ready to go help me do that? And we can talk about more what we like to do with this book when we get back. Okay?
I like building pirate ships.
Oh, we can we like building pirate ships too. So are you ready for our song? Thank you for listening to the story and sharing the story with me today.
I have another wiggly tooth.
We have another wiggly tooth. Well, we would love to see that back in RE.
And my tooth right here.
Oh, right.
It's coming in.
Oh, wow. It's worthwhile to be kind and love you too.
stand if you are so inclined, and we are going to sing number 108. My Life Flows On, an endless song. I think most of you know this one.
Prayer, meditation, or reflection as I read words from the Reverend Dr. Rebecca Savage entitled, "The Spirit of Life is Here." Spirit of life, eternal mystery that holds us close, receive the meditations and prayers of our heart this day. We come together in this quiet moment to unify our hearts again towards the clarion call of our time. May justice and equity guide us to great connection, a greater truth. Our part is just as great. To approach dismantling systems of oppression within us in order for all of us to be free. To know that when I cherish and tend the divine spark within me, when I know in my bones that I am worthy of love and whole just as I am, that there is greater potential for mutual understanding and care. Love is not scarce. Our ability to extend compassion and grace can be. I place my hand over my heart and know I can feel the spirit of life within me. I invite you all to place your hand over your heart and feel the spirit of life within you. The spirit of life is divine within us. The spirit of life is here. This is the beginning of justice and equity when we go within in order to be of service in our communities and our world. May it be so. Amen. I had so many big ideas when I, like 6 weeks ago, decided this is what I was going to preach about. And then this morning, Mary looks at me, she goes, "How are you feeling?" And I went, "I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth today." Don't panic, I promise. I've been thinking a lot the last few weeks, knowing that I was coming to this very brief portion of 4 weeks away from Summit. And I kept thinking to myself all the things I needed to do, that I needed to get done to make sure that Summit would be fine without me. But Summit does the work on its own. Summit does not need me to do this work. Each of you here already does the work that Summit needs. I'm just a part of it. And that got me thinking about when I was ordained this church year. Well, actually, we're in the new congregational year now. Last year when I was ordained. Those of you who were there may recall it was the weekend before the election. And that Tuesday, when I got into the office, Reverend Dr. Jason Cook, whose testimonies you heard today, called me up. And it was one of those times where we really knew as clergy that we needed each other in that moment, because we were both sitting there thinking, what the heck are we gonna do? And he was quiet on the phone for a second. He goes, "Boy, you jumped headfirst in, didn't you?" I was like, "Yeah, thanks, bud. Thanks for the heads up." Because he kind of did the same thing 4 years previous. About 6 months later, another friend of mine was texting me, and she said the same thing. Only it was more, "Did you ever think your ministry would look like this?" Heck no. I expected I would be out protesting. I would be preaching sermons on equity and justice. And yes, those are the things that I'm doing. I did not think, and I don't think any of us did, that we would be at a point in our lives in this country that we were sitting here talking about, legitimately discussing how to hide and protect our neighbors like it's Anne Frank. None of us expected that. And every time I think about these big things that we're being asked to do, I get a little overwhelmed because I keep thinking, sure, I can do some of the work, but what work can I really do? And I have to keep reminding myself that it's not about being MLK Jr. I'm not that pretentious. But it is about being Sally, who can drive to the grocery store and pick up groceries for someone who's too afraid to leave their home. It can be Marcus, who can drive someone to a service or to a doctor's appointment. Jason has been attending court hearings since the ICE raids really started in earnest about a month and a half ago. Jason is in between ministries at the moment, and he goes at least once a week. And I asked Jason a few weeks ago, what are we supposed to do if they're here? And he said, the best thing you can do is just be there and to witness. We can't change this. We can't put our bodies in between them and make them stop. What we can do is make sure we are filming everything that happens, that we are hearing clearly on camera what's going on. They're grabbing me by the arm. They're pushing me against a wall. We can connect with rapid response teams that have more of what they need to do this work. You heard in Jason's testimony, it was as simple as giving some phone numbers and hoping for the best. And I know that can feel a little like not enough. So I asked him, I said, do you really think that's making a difference for people? And he said, every single day I'm there. And I talk to someone who is afraid of what happens next. Even if I see them be taken away at the end of it, I know that my witnessing there mattered to that person. And I think when we stop thinking on such a big scale of how I can change the world, we remember at the core of it is our humanity. We know that when we are in these spaces of being community support for each other, we are what is rebuilding the humanity that we are seeing every single day be chipped away. Rin and I just had a conversation the other day with Majkin from I'm going to get the name of her organization wrong, Borderlands for Equity. Borderlands for Equity. And we had a lovely 2.5-hour meeting, which is more time than I would ever normally spend on a meeting, but that tells you how much I enjoyed hearing what Majgan was talking about. And some of what her organization is doing right now is trainings with UU Rise to help folks know what the next steps are. But mostly, it's about preparedness, how we can be prepared for anything, which for those of us who may be less concerned about if we are going to be kidnapped off the street, we are all concerned about wildfires in this area. We're all concerned about earthquakes. See, the work that Borderlands for Equity is doing is not big, life-changing, major global work. It's community-focused. It's mutual aid in this space. And when Majgan approached us, she said, we're missing that in Santee. And I have to ask you, where are our white liberal churches? It's a big question to be asked. Where are our white liberal churches? Because we say a lot in this room, but I think we're overwhelmed and don't know what to do next. Mary's story, I did not know was what it was. She told me what it was, but I hadn't read it. The caregivers, the weavers, the builders. Not everybody can go march. Not everybody can put their body out between people and say no. But there are people who can cook. There are people who can deliver things. There are people who can witness and just have a conversation. And I think sometimes when the world is really scary, we get a little confused about what we actually can do, and we forget what we already do. Summit will be fine without me for 4 weeks because you all already do that work here. So what we're asking is that we find ways to go out into the community to do that. I'm asking you to turn on that little voice in your head that says, where can I be of assistance? Serafina did that last week when she came in and said, I just want to talk to you. And then she mentioned a desire for a prayer group. I don't know that Serafina necessarily planned to be the person to lead it. But sometimes when you turn on that little voice in the back of your head, magic happens. Because we know that's the work we can do. And it's not just the work we can do, it's the work we're called to do. When I heard the call to ministry, I knew I wanted to tend to people's hearts and souls. And I try to do that as much as possible. I did not expect I would have to have conversations with my partner and my parents about what happens if this goes wrong. How bizarre to think as a minister it could be dangerous, but we know it can be. So we have a brief contingency plan, mostly please get the dogs to my parents if anything happens to me. But it was understanding the dangers of the moment, the possibilities of the moment, and still wanting to dream something better. And not just dream it, but do the small things that we are capable of controlling every single day. I think when we take stock of those things that we can do in our communities, because no one is going to come save us. That's very clear by the dismantling of every social system that we have seen happen. No one is coming to save us. But aren't we coming to save us? Isn't that what we do in these communities of love and care and compassion? Unitarian Universalism has always asked this of us, how we can support each other, how we can live our values and our faith through the good works we do. And I would argue this faith saves lives when we ask that question and when we're willing to stand up and say, I don't know what I can do today, but gosh, am I going to try to find something? At the end of the day, there's only so much we can control. And Rin and I have asked the board if we can partner with Borderlands for Equity because I think the work that they're doing matters. And I think it's just the kind of work we should be getting into. And Miles said, bless Miles, this is my favorite thing I've heard all week. He said, if not us, who? So I will leave you with that question, because sometimes I get lucky and the sermon happens before I even start talking. I will leave you with the question. In this moment, when there's so much uncertainty and so much fear and so much cruelty that we know is the point, no one is coming to save us. So if not us, who else? So may it be, and amen.
Are you there timing me over there, sir?
We will now receive the offering. Your Sunday morning gifts provide this fellowship the financial resources to help build a better world together. We recognize that this is a time of struggle for many, and even the smallest gift is appreciated. For those of you on Zoom, please select the Sunday Plate option in the chat box link.
This is music from another African American composer, William Grant Still, and thinking, beyond the Barcarolle of Tears, I mean, sometimes we just need to go into a place in ourselves. This is a piece of music that he wrote. Actually, it's called Summerland is his idea of heaven. But he used this piece on a personal level to kind of get himself together after a really rough day. So that's the spirit in which I'm offering this, that I think part of the piece of this is just that while we're out there trying to change the world, we need to also keep our spirits calm and whole.
That's wonderful, Barbara. Thank you. Please rise as you are able to sing our closing hymn, May the Road Rise Up to Meet You. Lyrics will be on the monitor here.
And the tune is in your Songs of Grace for you who know this. There should be enough copies for people to share. There's not one for everybody here, but there's one for at least every two. So you might want to look down below because, like I said, it's not the tune that you know, and it is it's number 29 in Songs of Grace.
No, 21.
Okay,
Them are different.
really, mine says 29.
I know.
Right
Our,
here.
mine says 21, and it doesn't have all that writing at the bottom either that you wanted me to read. But
Would
there,
you like me to read the writing at the bottom? Since I'm
yeah,
here and
because
I
it's
have
so
it?
sweet.
All right. So this is, for those of you who don't know, Mary Carter Vale's mother, who is one of our great giants of UU music, Grace Lewis McLaren, who just moved back to Maine. And I'm wondering if this was and is her church there. And it says, if you ever attend a meeting or service at the First Unitarian Church of Brunswick, Maine, chances are they will sing this song before they part company. Oh, here we go. When I left Brunswick in 1982, it had become their tradition, even at the end of a church picnic. And it has the beginnings of the Irish blessing text. And then there was one of their ministers changed the last line to, may your friends ever touch you with hands that understand. So think about when you're singing this, if you're singing it to each other. Oh, wait. We also decided that we're going to do this 3 times through. And since it's unfamiliar, Stacy, our wonderful Stacy, is going to sing it through the first time, and then you guys can join the second time and third.
To meet you, may the wind be ever at your back, may your friends ever touch you with hands that understand, may the road rise to meet you, may the wind be ever at your back, may your friends ever touch you with hands that understand, may the road rise to meet you, may the wind be ever at your back, may your friends ever touch you with hands that understand.
In these days, I encourage you all and invite you all to be curious. Be extra sacredly curious about each other, about yourself, what you know, what you don't know, the skills that you have and can hone, the ones that you hear that little voice saying, this might mean something. I ask you to be gentle with yourselves. I ask you to give grace to yourself and to each other. It's a long road ahead, and we'll do it together. That's why we have communities like this. On the dark days, we can rest. On the days where maybe we can't be a builder, but we can give a caregiver, go and do that. There's lots of opportunity to serve yourselves and each other, and when we do that, we start making a difference out there in the world. May the wind be ever at your back, pushing us towards the future we all know is still possible. Because where we are now is not forever. There is a better world possible, and it starts here with us. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. So many blessings on Summit's journey while I am away. Amen, shalom, salam, ashe, namaste, and blessed be. Go now in peace. May the light within you be a blessing to the world.
We close our service by extinguishing our chalice with words by Elizabeth Sella Jones. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. We invite all to stay afterwards to join us here in the sanctuary after a short break for our community gathering to discuss our sermon topic or whatever comes up. Short break. Then you can head over to the salon for food and fellowship. Now let's stand in circle as we are able to sing our closing song.
And if you don't want to hold hands, you can hold your hands out. You can make a heart with your hands, whatever makes you most comfortable.
No, I'm playing.
Well, can't you do two things at once?
You guys have plenty of room. We good? We got everybody?